mighty ground, and Bowie.
Well, that was absolutely cocked.
Good evening and welcome to Daz's Football Standing, gentlemen, for, well, the first episode in about 5 weeks. It's This Week in Football. It might as well be last month in football, as we just discussed enough camp there. It's been a while, hasn't it, lads?
Definitely.
Yeah, obviously, I've had things going on. I should say that the Kickstart job, I've had to leave the Kickstart job due to mental health and other health reasons. For those people who didn't know, I did say something on Instagram that I'd left because of health reasons. Was nothing to do with the company. It was just me personally. There was an outro. I did do an intro, pal, but obviously there was an intro. Pretty certain there was. Yeah, there was. But welcome to the stream if you just joined us. Good to be back doing this again. I've actually missed this show last 5 weeks, but of course we've had other games as well, which has been interrupting it as well. So it's one of them things. But it's good to be back on once again. Got a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. So get involved in live chat. We're going to have a game of Guess Who towards the end of the show as well. So,
I thought you sneezed.
Guess who?
Bless you.
Oh, just get involved already.
Yep. Did you know, by the way, I saw this nut walk into a post office and the monitor said, "Cashew number 3, please."
Very good.
And we're off. Hey.
Like we've never been away.
Oh no, I'm still the same as I ever was.
Sorry. Is he a corny person?
Oh, yeah, very corny. I mean, you can't say much. Tells more corny jokes than I do, that's something. But obviously, ever since this whole lockdown, quarantine and stuff happened, I started telling inside jokes.
That's what's a groaner.
There's actually a few footballers called that. What a bad name to have for a footballer. So nowadays, if I ever pack the Porto one on FIFA, I call them Coroner instead of that. But it's something things. Which we're talking to the stream. Remember last week when Newcastle were poor? Yep, best week of my life. Well, no, they're rich now.
Well, they're after Messi.
400 odd Messi. Yeah, right. Maybe for about a bill. Hello, famous man. Nice seeing you return back to YouTube. What's the famous dinner tonight? I've had none. We went to Wetherspoons early one, actually, in Middlesbrough, and I had a classic burger and some chips there. Marvellous. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to have later on tonight, though, afterwards. LLLL. Road to the knockouts. Oh, right. I haven't got a clue what you're going on about, but okay. Gary, you're looking forward to tomorrow. Let's be having you. Oh, yes. We'll be talking about Norwich fighting at a point. Famous Daddy's in the house? Well, yeah, I should hope so, unless he's not in the house. Who do you think?
Daddy!
Dare I say anything else? You missed my comments. Well, guess what? I haven't now. Is Daddy's belly still in lockdown? He's not. His belly's still in lockdown. He's belly. Hey. Oh yeah. Your belly's on the mend. Let's just say that. He's slowly on the mend, and I'm just aching every 2 seconds at the minute, so it's not ideal. But welcome to the stream anyway. Hope you're doing very, very well on this Friday evening. Hey, it's good to be okay. I've missed some of these corny comments, haven't I? Hey, Lord. So let's get things straight underway and talk about, obviously, the main topic, which unfortunately isn't what I wanted to be talking about, because I didn't think this was ever going to happen. But this Newcastle Takeover, and they're now the richest club in the world. And I bet they still won't use the money properly like they normally do. Do you know what? I don't understand this, right? The Saudi owners that have gone in, right? I believe the Saudi, or they're just Arabic, or they're different.
Yeah, Saudi.
As far as I know, it's Saudi Arabian.
Yeah.
But the owners that have gone in have got over, 400 odd million. They've got absolutely stacks full of money. And the first player they're looking at is Martial. You could buy any player for any price that you want to with that money, and your first player you're looking at is a man who's worth about 30 mil. If that.
And doesn't even perform.
Martial's cack for us.
Good.
Well, we'll take the money. We'll take the money then.
All right, take the money in one. I know. I wonder if they're looking for any. I mean, to be honest with you, no Newcastle and Steve Bruce. I don't know how long he's going to be there. He will be in charge of the game against Spurs because it's his 1,000th. Well, he's taking charge on Sunday of his 1,000th game as a manager. And it'll be his last game as a manager. For the minute. But,
I heard their first move was to sack Steve Bruce. But
yeah, and then they're looking at Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, they're all looking at. I'm thinking, you know, I'm like, why are you looking for managers who aren't going to even get you very far? With Rangers in a dodgy league. Yeah, that's a cack league, the Scottish one. You put them in a Premier League with a team like Newcastle. Good God. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Newcastle, I mean, there's a Newcastle fan that I'm actually, good mate with because he works at CVFM Radio. You might have heard of him before, Carl Bennett. He's
somewhere.
Well, you won't know him, obviously, but I do. But he's on CVFM on a morning. And I was speaking to him on Monday about it, and he's saying he thinks what they're looking at the minute is a manager who can just keep them up and try and get them into mid-table. And he's also saying that he thinks they're going to go for wingers. I said, well, I don't think wingers is your main problem. You've got St. Maximin, for starters. Almiron sometimes plays on the left and the right. He's more of a centre attacking midfield. They've got a decent team. Don't get me wrong, they've got a decent team. But with the way they're playing at the minute, they look lethargic. Oh, there's a word for you, being eating a dictionary again. But they don't look good, do they? Whatsoever at the minute. So, don't know.
Yeah, I think they have to focus on staying up first instead of buying all these players. Really, but yeah, Bruce is gone. I feel like Bruce is going to go after the Spurs game. It's basically a farewell, isn't it? It's literally that's all it's going to be. It's just going to be bye Brucey. I reckon you'll see when he goes to the touchline.
Bonuses from him.
When he goes to the touchline, he'll be waving to the fans and stuff, and he'll just know that he's gone.
Bye.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Sorry about that, by the way. My dad was trying to tell me a joke while you were talking. Because I've got the headphones that he won and on you were talking.
Sorry, did
I don't mind.
But what did you say?
Said, what do you call a dinosaur that's eating a dictionary? A thesaurus.
Ah, Theosaurus, yeah.
And the dogs, yeah.
I didn't realise you were talking. I do apologise.
First, I didn't walk that one. Right. Okay, let's have a look. WHU Paul will be doing well, by the way. Apparently, it's easier to pack a water Champions League than Europa League. Yeah, because there's less of the Europa League players. Of course, they're going to have a higher odd. There'll be less Europa League players on FIFA than Champions League ones. First thing Newcastle will get done will be get a bigger stadium, I bet. I doubt it. The stadium's big enough. You want to try sitting in the away end? Bloody hell.
in the heavens.
The away end. You think the heavens at the away end in Newcastle.
I've been at the top of their stadium a few times. Bloody high.
Yeah.
It is literally.
Literally
I heard they want to buy Coutinho. That would actually be a good sign. I mean, that's probably a more realistic signing than Messi. But
If they can
that's a more realistic signing.
If they can reboot his career.
If Manu was second, I know I'd take him first.
Can have him. I don't think he'll have him now. But it's. I didn't know what to make of it when I first saw it. I'm like, oh, look, they could buy. I mean, those people sort of drafting teams on FIFA that Newcastle could have, and one of them was like, but Ronaldo and Messi. I'm like, not going to have that, are you? I mean, Ronaldo's not going to go to Newcastle from Manchester United. I can guarantee that. And is Messi likely to go from PSG to Newcastle? No. No. Nah, that won't happen. But no, it's all the media for you. But the media make up a lot of cack these days. Doubt it. And Newcastle's target is to win the Premier League. You're miles away.
Yeah, but their target's like for 5 to 10 years, something like that. So that's a long way away, but they'll do it eventually.
They've bloody turned into you, making lots of money the week you pack Hullet. Oh yeah, I packed Hullet, didn't I? Hey, I packed Hullet from the League and Nation Hybrid. So you know that stupid 971. I got it from that pack. And I should say, by the way, I haven't put a single penny on FIFA.
And how much are you paying for? Was he tradable?
Yeah, 5 mil. I've still got 2 mil left.
So you got a financial takeover as well.
Yeah, thanks for it. I mean, it wasn't like I got it for free because it cost me to actually get some of those players for the actual hybrid. It was stupid. Be right back. Phone call. Right.
All right.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah. Give us a bell when you're back in. But if they did buy Coutinho, I think that'd be a decent signing. And I think a lot of Newcastle fans, I should say, they're not bothered about, exactly what players they get in and how much money they spend. These are the fans, by the way. They want a team that will actually try. Because some of the players in that team, I just think, can't be asked. And you got a manager who's about as good as me.
I can tell these fans want performances. They don't care probably how much they spend. They just want performances. And if they're getting into the positions they're at least expected to go, then it's going to go well for them. They want to see effort, and which maybe they haven't seen.
I think all of us want. It's the same with. I have to say, this isn't the first time that we've seen loads of teams get these massive financial takeovers. I can't remember when the Glaciers took over United, but so far it's been a bit of a disaster. Man City, as soon as they lost 8-1 to the Borough back in 2008, and Dad has said to me constantly that he was at the game and he thought he was watching a different game.
What is it, different teams?
No, it was Borough versus Man City, 8-1, 2008. This was before oil money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was before.
As soon as that happened, this was when Sven-Goran Eriksson got sacked. Yes, they were cack. I think we were 7-0 up before they even got a reply. For Lallana. He was good for Man City, I say. Lallana was the only good player for them that year. But as soon as that happened, they then decided to get a takeover, and then now look at them now. What, 13 years on? They're still winning Premier League titles, and they're the main team to beat. Although at the minute it seems to be Chelsea really that's the main team to beat at the moment.
Yeah, I think
they're good form.
They're like big contenders for the league this year, I think.
See, it's all right having all this money, but you've got to use it sort of appropriately and wisely. And also, Paul has also made a good point here. FFP, if you don't know, financial fair play. Because you've also got to be aware of that as well.
Yeah,
So
it's
you've got
something.
to use the money wisely.
Yeah, you can only make, I think, a 39 million loss within 3 years or something like that. So they can't at the start they can't spend that much, but I can see their system gradually building up. And
Yeah, it's a building job, really, isn't it, for them?
Yeah.
Well, they're lucky as well. They're lucky as well because their fan base is so loyal. They probably rake in a lot of money anyway. Like, so like the
They
actual
get about 48 to 50,000, and
that's
their
thing. So like,
stadium, I was told, is 53,500, something like that.
So
practically full stadiums.
And there was something, someone said earlier about a bigger stadium. If that happens again, like more money.
Ow! Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Someone said earlier about them having a bigger stadium soon, and so I'm guessing that that's for the expansion, and
there you go.
Which will probably.
I don't think they'll increase the stadium.
It depends. Personally. If they have the demand, like let's say, it probably depends on season ticket waiting list. If that's high enough, do it. But and if obviously they got the space.
I tell you what, if they increase the height of the stadium, God, I certainly wouldn't want to go there.
Any higher.
Be like sitting at the new camp. Just.
That's the thing. I feel like long term they definitely will. If these owners stay, they're just going to get like if they do become like a massive like juggernaut of a club, then they probably are going to have to increase it. But like Anfield's been increased, hasn't it? Like recently, like that sort of got expanded.
That's 60k now, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, Newcastle will probably want to be at least with that, if not more, because in a way the new owners want to be competing with the likes of like Liverpool City. So you know.
You got all these clubs saying, "Oh, I want to increase the stadium or get a new stadium after time." And United were looking to extend it to 100,000 or something, wasn't it? Something stupid like that, from 75,000. That's never happened.
Do you think they'd fill it though?
No, a lot of these.
No, we wouldn't fill it.
To go ahead with.
We wouldn't get 100,000 United fans unless it was mostly Ronaldo fanboys. But
the traffic would be mental down.
Coventry are looking to build a new stadium with a bigger capacity. They can't even get 20,000 in the week. The borough ages ago, I think there was a rumour a long time ago that we were looking at increasing Riverside to something like 40,000, and we're only getting 20,000. I was like, that's not going to work. So it's all right saying, they'll probably get these bigger stadiums. Are they going to fill it? No.
No. Like, if you're not in the Premier League, you're probably going to struggle to get any more than, as you say, 25,000. It's a huge risk to expand in the ground, especially if you're going down.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things, isn't it? Anyways, so we've talked a bit about the Newcastle owners. Let's talk a bit about the Premier League, though. Ignore the background noise. Mum was just wrecking the joint. Anyways, let's talk about Premier League. So obviously, it's been. For Brighton, I think you're over succeeding at the minute, aren't you?
Yeah, doing really well. Sixth in the league, I think, with 2 points off the top. Done better than definitely what we expected to. We never expected a point out of Palace. That was a start. I don't remember when was the last time we did it. It must have been a month ago. I don't know where we got to, whether we got to that Brentford game or if it's a Leicester one. I'm not sure. But anyway, we won both of those when we didn't really expect it. And you can see how things come. Hopefully that continues, I guess.
I think the last episode we did was just before you were playing Brentford, which I thought was going to be a draw, personally.
I think.
Speaking of Brentford, everyone said as soon as Brentford got promoted that they'd be bottom of the league and would be lucky to get any points.
I didn't.
They won 12
thought
points out of 21.
Yeah, I said I thought they'd do well. I thought they would. I said I think
Denmark
fairly comfortably, not maybe mid-table, but sort of like 15th, 16th, because Brighton did the similar thing where they were in the playoffs for a while, knocking on the door, and then we eventually went up and we comfortably stayed up, I would say. So I was thinking similar thing would happen to Brentford, and so far it seems like that will happen.
I mean, look at Everton as well, top 5. There's a few teams that people wouldn't expect to be up there and are doing quite well. You got Brighton, you got Brentford, you got Everton up there. You've got Arsenal 11th. I mean, that's just standard for them.
That's good. That's good for them, I reckon.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happened to Leeds. I'm not sad about it, mind, but
No.
they've had a poor start. A good side with a good manager, or the bucket manager, I call him. You know, had a decent season last season, and this season gone well down. And Wolves as well. Remember, Wolves had a really good season under Nuno, and then straight down.
Yeah,
so everyone says it's the first season syndrome. Happened with Sheffield United.
Well, too bad. I think Hwang Hee-chan's actually looking quite good for Wolves, isn't he? So I reckon he'll fire them up the table a bit.
Hwang Hee-chan's a very good player. Very, very good player. I mean, I've watched him at Leipzig. And I mean, put it this way, he's got a lot of pace as well. I think he's got probably about he won't have as much pace as Adama Traore, but I think he's close. Because he's fast. He's very, very fast. It's going to be a nightmare for defenders. I mean, just imagine if it's Maguire and bloody Lindelof in defence.
Yeah, I would not. That curtains. We were lucky we played them when they had Adama, who had like 2 goals in 60 games or something like that.
Adama is a good player, but he's playing crap at the minute. The only good thing about him is the only thing he's doing is just running. Like, his passing's crap. He can't hit the target. You know, I don't know what's happened to him. Since he left Bow, he's gone downhill. He's been poor. And then there was a team, I think Newcastle were actually looking at him. But why do you don't need players with you don't need loads of players with pace. You got St. Maximin, who's easily one of the best wide players in the league. But
I think when Newcastle start like throwing the money around, I think St. Maximin's gonna I think he will be one of the players who won't get sold, I reckon. He'll be in the team, I reckon.
Norwich as well. I mean, let's not really talk too much about Norwich because they're doing terribly. If you don't beat them tomorrow, then there's something wrong.
I know. No, have they only picked up, I think it's 1 point so far this season. Awful.
They've got a brilliant goal, a fantastic goal difference of -14.
That's shocking, isn't it?
Which is an average of 2 goals a game.
Which in the
actually conceded 16.
Isn't that bad? Well, it sort of is, but like,
isn't that bad? It's terrible, mate. The only goals they've scored this season, one against Watford and one against Leicester.
So hopefully they won't increase that in the Albion, but who knows?
They're due a win.
You're a Road, aren't you? You're a Carrow Road, aren't you?
Yeah, it's Carrow, so
it's not the easiest of grounds to go to, but at the minute, I think.
They can say that with every
I think
it's not. It's a tough place to come every ground. So
I mean, if you go to Norwich in the Championship, it's bloody hard to get anything there. But no, in the Premier League, I'm not going to lie, attack.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For this sort of game where they would pick up their first win of the season, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. They're going to win somewhere. They're going to pick up wins here and there. It's just where they.
Do you know I think it was the start of the season, you said we've still got Neil Maupay, who's I don't know what he said, something like he was useless or something. He's your top scorer.
Yeah, he's got something like 4 goals.
Defying the odds.
His performance because last season, the amount of sitters he was missing, he was our top scorer then as well. But he only scored something like 8, which is, I think is poor considering we got no goal scorer into double figures for last season. But he seems to have improved and started to be wrong, so I'm glad.
Well, there you go. Defying the odds once again. Let's talk a bit about United. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's not a great start to the season. I mean, 14 points out of 21. It's the same as most of the teams, actually, in the top 5. It's not ideal, but when you look at some of the games that we've lost, we easily should have won. Villa, we should have beaten. West Ham in the Cup, well, we played the B-Tech side and we couldn't even do anything there. So I'm not really focused on that. Young boys, what a disaster that was. We had a poor pre-season. We've come into the actual season, and I think we've done good. There's just been too many times where we've just not been at it. I mean, against Everton, I thought we were cack. Really, I think the performances need to improve, but there's times where we're plugging away chances. We're getting chances. You got Ronaldo in there. You've got Greenwood. You've got loads of brilliant players in that team. None of them can find the target. So I think it's all down to the coaches, really. I'm not putting all the blame on Ollie like most of our fan base are, but I think some of our coaches need sacking.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say it's sort of with the coaching staff, it's like jobs for the mates sort of thing. Like you got Mike Phelan, Michael Carrick, like all these sort of like old, well, say old, like all these sort of like familiar faces, but not the actual like elite coaching isn't really there. But I feel like our performances really have pretty much all apart from Leeds. Our performances haven't really been that good, and we've sort of got out of jail a bit. And now we're coming to a run of fixtures where we can't get away with that because I think we've got Leicester, Liverpool, City. We've got a ridiculous run coming up on our next 11 games. So you can't play crap and beat all them. We've got to actually perform if we're going to get anything. Watching that Liverpool City game, I was like, geez, that is the quality, that is the level. Looking at our performances, we're nowhere near that. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to either buck our ideas up or something's gonna have to change.
Just on Scotty P, my head keeps saying, why didn't the Newcastle owners buy United? Well, the thing is, if we had Saudi owners as well as Man City, it'd be called the Manchester League. Literally, we'd be the only 2 big clubs, well, 2 massive clubs for the would be the 2 oil clubs in the league. So it'd be oil club versus oil clubs. It'd be the oil derby instead of the Manchester derby.
I'll still never know how that went ahead for whatever it was something to do with Saudis.
Yeah. What a long phone call. You were probably talking to Daniel Farke about how you're going to get tonked tomorrow. 7 points. I don't know. That is a question, by the way. I mean, Scotty won't like this question. I don't think he'll. I think he'll say no, but potentially Norwich City, if they carry on this cack form, could be on less points than Derby.
Yeah.
I believe wasn't that 11 points?
Yeah, and you projected about if they stay at this rate is 5.
At this rate, they'll be the worst team in the Premier League.
5 is their predicted at the moment. If it continues as it is,
I don't think it's going to happen. I think at the minute, obviously, they always have a poor start to the season, but they always have a tough start. I mean, the last time they were in the Prem, right? Their first game was against the current champions. I think what wasn't the current champions? It was against Liverpool, who that was the season that won the league. Sorry, so they had Liverpool first game, got walloped, Timo Pukki actually had a good month, but they weren't really picking up that many results. You always have a tough start, but this season, they've had a tough start, but none of their performances have been good. And you're scoring 2 goals in 7 games, and you're conceding 16. I mean, it doesn't bode well for the rest of the season. They did beat Man City 3-2. That was the biggest laugh of the Premier League. That.
I remember that.
They always go up as the champions of the Championship. Well, obviously, as you said, but half the time they don't. But you've got to spend money in the league, and I don't think they spend enough money whatsoever. And some of the players they bring in. I mean, they brought in Josh Sargent, who obviously that young American guy who played. Who did he play for? Werder Bremen, I believe it was. He was all right in the Bundesliga. Came to the Premier League. I think he'll be all right. They've got 1 or 2 new players that I don't think have played yet. They'll start picking up a bit of form. The question is when.
Yeah. It could be tomorrow. I really
they need to start getting some points early on. But as I think Kev has said to me once, the teams would rather drop points in the first couple of games than at the end of the season. So it's one of them things. But they're going to have to start picking up results now. And against Brighton, no chance. I don't think that's going to happen anytime. At the end of the day, I'd be happy whatever league win, Premier League or Championship or both. Mourn. I mean, it doesn't matter to me because you'll still come up against me regardless of which league you win. I'd rather the Premier League because it means United can get 6 points off you.
Well, if you support Norwich, probably a question for Scotty. Does promotion get boring when you sort of know you're going to get relegated the next season? And
there's a lot of Norwich fans like that. There's a lot of Norwich fans. He's not bothered if he knows that they're going to get relegated, but he said he prefers the Championship personally. Because I know the Championship's one of the best leagues in the world personally.
Well, they get to win the league, so.
Well, that's the most competitive one, though. You get teams that can beat anyone. Look at Coventry.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous the form there one. And Victor Gyökeres is like joint top scorer. He likes it because it's a roller coaster. Yeah, it is a roller coaster of emotions, but there's a lot of Norwich fans that are fed up with it, and there's a few that are like, if we go down, get Fark out because they've had enough. I'm surprised. To be honest, I'm surprised they've kept Fark for as long as they have. But also, speaking of managers, Claudio Ranieri is now the Watford manager. I thought the sacking of Xisco Munoz was an absolute farce. I thought it was one of the most stupid decisions I've ever heard. Why sack a manager? You're mid-table. You're not expected to be in the top 6, right? You're 7 games into the season. Results might be going your way, they're not going your way. Don't bloody sack a manager after 7 games when you're actually doing all right. You're not in the relegation zone. I thought it was an absolute ridiculous decision, that. But it's their board for you. I think that's like the 6th manager they've sacked in like 4 years.
Yeah, my average like 3 a season.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. But will Ranieri do any good for them?
Maybe.
It'll be sacked. It'll be sacked by Christmas probably, so who knows?
But I think, regardless of how well he's doing, if he loses a game, he's gone. So,
Oh, yeah.
I just think a lot of these boards have way too high expectations. I mean, the Newcastle board, they're expecting to win the league. No chance. And by the way, I've just been told Ranieri's first game is against Liverpool.
Right.
Didn't they beat?
It's the early kickoff.
They beat them.
Yeah, and it's the early kickoff. Never bat the early kickoff. That's what they say. Never bat the early kickoff. So you never know.
I mean, it's not that far of a journey for Liverpool, is it? I mean, to Hertfordshire is probably about 2 or 3 hours, maybe. But it's
about that.
It's just
Man is nearly always winning their first game. I've noticed that's like that's sort of the thing. When you get a win, so if that thing actually
New
works.
manager bounce.
Every game.
Mm.
So it's that every game. With 38 managers in all season, then you win all 38.
Yeah, you go invincible and you win the league by like 30 points.
I mean, that
Yeah.
Leicester story, I mean, that's going to be forever in our minds, I think. That no one's ever going to forget that. They were bottom of the league till about nearly Christmas time, started winning every single game, just leapfrogged the whole table. It was absolutely ridiculous. But you see, that's what Ranieri can do. He can take teams from bad positions and get them up. Didn't do it with Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham, it was awful.
Yeah, but Fulham's team was not good enough for the Premier League anyway.
No. Defence
Right.
was awful.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, I think Watford's team's good enough. They've got a good enough team to stay in the Premier League. But it's all down to the performances. If the players don't perform, I think they made a mistake by getting shot Troy Deeney.
Yeah.
Troy Deeney going was a bit of a mistake.
Mm.
Yes,
And,
they've lost.
you know, I mean, they haven't got Jared Delafeu. If they had the team that they had that got to the FA Cup final against Man City, I think they'd be mid-table. But Delafeu's not there anymore. There's a lot of good players that were in that team that aren't there now. You know, they're slowly crumbling to pieces, aren't they, really? But I suppose they got the cycling goalkeeper. And by the way, congratulations to the cycling goalkeeper, Ben Foster. He got one of the Football Content Awards yesterday, as well as Fogden, surprise, and the United Stand. So, yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah,
I didn't go in for them, so, because... Nah, I probably wouldn't have even got. I wouldn't have got to the ceremony anyway because it was yesterday. So
it's their loss. It's their loss, Daryl.
anyways, I mean,
Don't worry.
you look at some of the people in there. The talent is superb. But yeah, he actually got the best. He actually got the best Premier League footballer ahead of who did have ahead of Kevin De Bruyne was one of them.
Oh.
Just
Oh, as in, like,
Kevin De Bruyne is.
Is in like Premier League footballers who have like YouTube channels?
Probably, I don't know, but Ben Foster is good. Ben Foster's brilliant. I met
Yeah, I like
in the
his
England
channel.
game against Croatia. I met him against Austria actually in the Euro 2020 warm up. So I met him before you, unless it was a different one. Watford have Ashley Fletcher to save them. I mean, he's going to do sod all. He couldn't do much for us after time, but. I think Watford are falling to pieces at the minute, but hopefully for them, we can sort of get them up a bit. I mean, put it this way: if they don't perform for him, well, God help him, he won't buy them any pizza. To say that. Up your nose, by the way. But yeah. I remember, I used to love Ranieri because I met him actually in person at the Riverside Stadium. Absolutely buzzing. This was when we win the Prem. I mean, what a disaster that season was. But that was when we win the Prem and just after they'd won the league. And, you know, he came over to us, did autographs and all that jazz. And, you know, he cared for the fans, even the opposition fans. They were both fans, actually. There was no Leicester fans where we were, obviously. But, you know, he was a man who... He cared for fans of any club, really. Always had time for the fans. You know, I loved him. But say if they get relegated next season and he's still a manager, you know, I'd be chuffed, to be honest with you, because it means I'd be able to see him again. You know, because I think he's a wonderful bloke. And when he came out saying, "No, whenever we win a game, I buy the players pizza," I found it hilarious. I mean, that's gonna be healthy for the diets.
Is it? I think was it clean sheet? Was something to do with clean sheets?
No,
where it's like,
sheet,
yeah. If you have a clean sheet, I think he said this time he'd say, "I won't buy the pizza." That's it. I think he said he'd buy them a meal this time, a full meal, like if they keep a clean sheet.
Fair enough. Ben Foster's the man for that. But he was a fantastic guy. I say I was sad when he got sacked by Leicester City because I thought it was harsh, but to be honest with you, it's one of them things. Now got Brendan Rodgers. Speaking of Brendan Rodgers said he's not going to be Newcastle manager either. So they're looking to get rid of Steve Bruce, but I don't think they will until they can actually get a manager. And don't know when that's going to be, but there you go. Congratulations to Sol Bamba and David Wheats, our big Wheats. Came second and third, respectively, for the best EFL player at the Football Content Awards last night. Also, congrats to Fogden and Fogdad, two top blokes. I met both of them. Fogdad, oh, goodness me. I could chat to Fogdad all day. Always up for a laugh. Always up for a laugh. My dad even said a joke of his. Can't take Dad anywhere without him telling jokes. He tells jokes at the mass games as well. But one of the things. So, very quickly, we'll talk about, obviously, the games this week, just obviously briefly, and then we'll get into our game of Guess Who. Well, that'll be fun. West Brom, Birmingham tonight, another West Midlands Black Country derby. I mean, that's going to be about as exciting as a wet fart. Watford, Liverpool tomorrow, we spoke about them. We think, I think Liverpool will win it, but say we don't know the new manager effect. They could do it. Watford could do it, but
it wouldn't shock me if they got something. It wouldn't shock me.
No, well, it wouldn't shock me either. But I think realistically, might get a goal. I think realistically, Liverpool win. Aston Villa Wolves in the Black Country derby. What a dull game that'll be. I think Aston Villa will win that. I don't think Wolves are having a good season, so. Although they won against Southampton, didn't they? 1-0. I mean,
I reckon it'll be tight because the way Wolves will play will be like they'll make it tight. I reckon it'll be. I reckon Villa will win, but it will be close.
Yeah, Leon Bailey as well. He'll tear them apart. Leon Bailey against Adama Traore. That'll be a battle. It's a battle of the sweaty players. Yeah. Score prediction for West Brom Birmingham tonight. I'm going 2-1 Barry's. I'm going 1-0 actually. I think that might be a draw. Don't think it'll be an exciting game. 6-1.
That'll be Ranieri sacked at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
6-1.
I know, good start, yeah. United and Leicester. I mean, God. I don't know. I mean, I'll say what I always say. We'll concede the first goal. It's a rarity do we ever score the first goal away from home. Apart from Wolves, we always concede the first goal. But we'll do what we do all the time, but he come back. But you see, this is the problem. Ollie can't rely on the players conceding and then trying to come back. Because why do you want to concede? You don't want to concede in the first bloody place, you know. You want to get yourself on the score sheet first and then build it up. But we always seem to concede, and then we actually decide to turn up once their goal goes in it. I don't know this team. And we got Novavan because he's got a groin injury. I think he got the ball in the nuts. So I don't know, but injury issues, injury-prone FC after time. I think we'll win, but I think Leicester will definitely score the first goal. City Burnley, that's their annual 5-0 thumping. Seems like every single season. Listen, what were the last results? Sorry for these. Right, so 2-0 Man City, that was at Burnley. The last couple of games they've played at the Etihad, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. 4-1, 3-0, 2-1, and then 2-2 in 2014. Oh, and don't forget a 5-1 in 2001. So they always seem to concede. The last 4 games they've played at the Etihad, they've conceded 20 goals.
Jesus.
5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
It's a good job it's not a long trip for them.
I wonder what the score's going to be tomorrow. Probably 5. Oh dear. United are better. This is Josh Arnold here. United are better away from home. They haven't lost in 29 actually. 118, drawn 10. So I'm going Leicester 1 United 2. Yeah, I went 2-1 United. It'll be another one. it'll be another comeback FC job again. And your brother's in the live chat. Are you, Owen?
Oh, there he is.
The
Finally
devil
woken up.
I saw. Were you on? Were you and him on one of Rich's quizzes or something?
Yeah, I was on the quiz last night. I got absolutely battered by Ankit.
If you'd come up against me on that quiz, I think I'd have finished you. Quite simply.
Mate, I
knew all the questions. Well, I didn't know all the questions, but I knew all the answers.
No, yeah.
That's how it presented. Well, no, because talking about away from home, you beat us at Old Trafford. We're better away than we are at home.
Somehow, I don't know how.
I don't know. It was the same in Jubilee. It started all since we've been unbeaten away from home in over 2 years.
Well, the last time we lost away from home was January 2020 against Liverpool.
No, it was 2020. I thought it was 2019 for a minute. No, we're nearly 2 years unbeaten away from home. Apart from the young boys, that was a disaster. But,
yeah. We don't count Champions League. Yeah, no, we did. We
got what we deserved, to be honest with you. But it's one of them things. What else have we got here? So we got Man City's annual 5-0 thumping of Burnley. Got Norwich Brighton. I think you'll win that, personally. We'll see what happens there. Leeds Southampton, draw. Going for a draw for that one.
They say they got Dan James now.
Southampton seem to be resilient at home. And there's another word. They tend to be resilient at home, but Leeds, Dan James, obviously. That's if Dan James even starts. Because he's going to have a job trying to start ahead of Rafinha. So we'll see what happens there. I think Leeds might get something from that, but I'm probably going for a draw. And then Brentford-Chelsea. I would not be surprised if Brentford won. Sticking my neck out. But I wouldn't be at all surprised if Brentford either got a draw or win. Chelsea obviously going as the favourites, but whenever they come up against a big team, I mean, they did it against Liverpool, didn't he? Scored 3 against Liverpool, stopped them from winning. You know, they've beaten Arsenal. I think anyone can at the minute, though. You know, so they've done well against the big sides.
I think Brentford are good, but I just think surely not. Like Chelsea are like Chelsea are really good as well. But I hope you're right, Dale.
I don't think they will, but I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if they beat them. But and they're at home as well, so the fans are on their side. But I think in reality, Chelsea should win. If Chelsea don't win it, then my God, I don't know how Brentford will. I don't know where Brentford could finish if they beat Chelsea. Chelsea, I'd say, the favourites for the title, really, with the team they've got. And then we got the Sunday games. I mean, if it's peeing down, it'll be Wayne Day instead of Sunday. Everton versus the Hammers. I mean, I think they'll hammer them. They'll hammer Everton, won't they? Because I don't think Everton that good. They've got a lot of injuries as well.
Is Calvert-Lewin back?
According to this, no.
Oh,
no, so these are all questionable, possibly, but I doubt it. West Ham, actually 9th, so Everton actually going as the favourites because they're higher in the league, but I think Everton will get beat.
I can be close, though.
Yep. Any United players that you're happy to see join Newcastle? You can get rid of Anthony Martial. I wouldn't be too shocked if he went. Looking forward to playing Brentford to bring them back down to earth. You'll probably get beat to them. We always seem to draw and beat Brentford, so very positive going into it. When are you getting your first win, Scotty? Probably in the Championship. Scotty knows I'm joking about it.
They might break Derby's record for Derby got 11 points out of the worst team in Premier League history. They might break that record.
Could happen. To be honest, Newcastle Spurs as well. Final game for Bruce probably, and it's his 1000th game, and he'll end up with another defeat. So I don't think there's much to say about them games. Some 1 or 2 interesting games. Don't forget the FA Cup draw as well is on Sunday. I'm going to be live for that. I think with Liam Martin on Sunday. A good time for the actual draw. It's on ITV, the first round draw, and the show starts at 1:05.
Great timing.
Right.
105. But I thought 105 was actually Channel 5, but there you go. Yeah, 105, 1:05. That's...
I thought you were going to say, 1:05 in the morning? That's why you moan about
No,
it.
in the afternoon. 5 in the afternoon, a strange time. So I'll be live from 1 o'clock for that. Hopefully, Mask will be in it. And also, don't forget, there'll be a vlog for Mask Gated coming out tomorrow night. I mean, if we win, then I'm getting it up as soon as I can. But I'll try and get it up as soon as I can.
You know how the algorithm works.
Yeah, so hopefully could end up playing Liam Martin's Plymouth next season. Didn't see that coming. I don't think they'll go up, personally. Plymouth won't go up. They're on good form, but it won't stay for that long, will it? Anyways, let's get on with Guess Who then. So if you guys in the chat, if you've played it before, you'll know the rules. But in case you don't, here is the rules. So all three of us are going to think of 3 different players. Can't go for simpler. 3 different players from one of the top 5 leagues. So that's the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the Serie A, La Liga, or Ligue 1. Has to be played from one of them 5 leagues to make it a lot easier. Otherwise, we'll be here till 10 o'clock trying to work out someone from the Chinese league. So makes it easy if we just do top 5. So for example, I'm not going to go from. So for example, I'd go Ronaldo, for example. Then obviously it'd be one person guesses. So I'll guess Owen's. Owen can guess Garrick's, and then Garrick, you can guess mine if you want. If you want to go down that way. Don't know how long this will take. It might take us till midnight. It normally takes us forever, but it's all a bit of a laugh in the end. So each person has 10 questions to try and work out who do you ever play with. So they could ask, is he, for example, is he Spanish, Portuguese, or French, for example? Yes or no. Only yes or no questions. You can have a clue. Doesn't take up any of the questions. So, for example, for me, I'd say, known as one that, obviously, you don't want to make the clue too obvious, you know. Joined Manchester United from a club in Italy, for example. Then it's not giving it away, you know. But it's one of them things, isn't it? It's one of them things. But we'll keep up with it as things go along. By the way, if you do have any paper or anything, you might want to write these down, because otherwise, don't know how you'll remember them. I'll probably remember most of them, and I'll keep track. No, it's not Owen versus Garrick. It's me trying to guess Owen's trying to guess Garrick's, and then Garrick tries to guess mine. But we'll go in different order. We don't all do it at the same time, by the way. So I'll guess Owen's first. So Owen, think of a player.
Okay.
And I have 10 questions. And if I want to guess, by the way, after say 6 questions, then that uses up another question.
Oh, okay.
There you go. It's pretty straightforward, and you guys in the live chat can get involved. I won't be able to look at the live chat because that'd be cheating, because everyone will probably put different answers in. So I'm not going to look at the live chat until after I've finished. And just for proof, I'll just
no corruption here.
Yep, before anyone says it's corrupt.
I've removed the chat off my screen as well, so it's just.
I'm in full screen and my hands are here.
Right. There we go. Just for proof. There you go.
Ah, there we are.
So I've got the comments turned off. I'm not touching the computer whatsoever. It's still on the banner. So, Owen, have you thought of a player?
Yep, I've got a player for you, Daryl.
So, the questions that I might ask might not be what a lot of people would ask. People obviously ask different questions. I'm going to try and go out of the box with some of them. So it's obviously top 5 leagues. Mm-hmm. So it's obviously the leagues I mentioned. Is this player from a South American or Asian country?
Yes, he is.
That gets rid of absolutely. That gets rid of
Tons
an
of players.
Yep, that gets rid of an absolute crap load. And if I want a clue, by the way, at some point, if I'm struggling, that doesn't eat up a question.
Mm.
Yes, please. Yeah. So that's question 1. Question 2. So South American or Asian? Is this player from Asia?
No.
Right, so it's a South American player. Is your player a walkout in FIFA?
I have
You
to
can ask
check
me
quickly.
questions as well.
I have to check. Wait.
I always try and think outside the box. You know, not just go for the usual ones.
So what is a walkout 85 plus?
A walkout is a standard gold one is 86 rated and above.
Okay, he's not a walkout.
So he's not a walkout. Is he an 83 or an 84?
Yeah.
Right, so it's one of the it's one of them stinky boards. So it's a South American player. So that rules out quite a few. So that's Suarez out for starters. Rules out a few. So that was 4th. That's the 4th question I've done. So question 5. I need to narrow leagues down. La Liga or Serie A?
Yes.
Right. That narrows it down to 40 clubs.
Take your pick.
Does this player play in the La Liga?
No.
Right, so it's Serie A, that's question 6. So it's a South American player from the Serie A. Does this player play for Inter, AC Milan, Roma, or Juventus?
Yes, he does.
Oh, getting close now. That's question 7. So 3 to go.
I'm going to leave it to Darren.
So it's a Serie A player from either Juve, Milan, AC, Inter, or it was the other Roma. Let's think. Roma do have a few. Juventus have a lot. Is he from one of the Milan clubs?
No.
Right, that's question 8. I think it's Juventus, personally. Is he a defender or midfielder?
In what? In real life or on FIFA?
Real life.
I think he is a defender. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's either Juve or Roma. I was thinking of Manolas, but he's Greek, isn't he? So it's not him. So let's have a look. So defenders.
Wait, so what question is this? Question 9? Question 8?
Yeah, question 9.
You have a clue?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. What I'm trying to think. Has to be a clue doesn't give it away. As you know, the clue in my head might give it away. Well, it probably would. You probably get it from it, but I can't really think of any
players in mind.
He played against. He's played against England in a major tournament recently.
Yeah, I think it's the one I was thinking of, Juan Cuadrado.
Yeah.
He was literally the first player that came to mind, as well as Alexandro. I couldn't think of any South American defenders that were AS Roma, so I had a feeling it was him. What did everyone note? Dybala? No.
Who did you put that?
Martinez? No. Oh, that was Paul. and then he put Quadrado. So there you go. He did get it right in the end. That was actually quite good. That, I mean, tell you what. So I tell you what, that first question narrowed it down.
It did, yeah. If you'd said European, you'd have been in trouble.
Yeah, it would have been a nightmare. So, right, what are we on to? So on to Owen guessing for Garrick now. I'm allowed to look at the live chat, so because I'm not guessing. So we'll see what happens here. I got Quadrado before the clue. Yeah, I was thinking Quadrado or Alexandro before he actually gave me the clue. And then as soon as he said England, I was like, we didn't play Brazil, did we? Played Colombia, because he's Colombian.
Yeah.
I should say, though, that it's a difficult one, Quadrado, because on FIFA, he is a right mid, but in real life, he's a right back or right wing back. So it's a bit of a difference.
Right. So I got it right, just the wrong way around. Because I thought he was.
So it wouldn't have made a difference. I'd have still got it. So.
I thought he was an attacker in real life and a defender on FIFA.
It's not an attacker, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's not an easy. It's not the easiest of ones when it's a right mid on FIFA and a right wing back on real life. But anyways, so Garrick, think of a player from the top 5 leagues. Don't always go for the don't necessarily go for the most obvious one.
I've got one.
Right.
All right.
Off you go.
So
he's a right back on FIFA. Well, same thing. Question 1.
Question 1. Garrick, is he European?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's means it's only one continent, so that takes out the other 5.
Is this player from? No, does this player play in the Premier League or the Bundesliga?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Right. So you've narrowed it down to 38 teams.
Does this player play in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Okay. So European Premier League. Does this player play for one of the supposed top 6? Like Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't play for any of the big 6. So that leaves you with 14 then. That was question 4.
So European plays. Do they play for a team which is situated in what you would say is the southern part of the country, in the south?
No.
Okay.
So it's northern.
So it's going to be like Leeds, Newcastle. Okay, so what's a good question? Do they play for a club who has white on their home kit?
Partly, yes.
Partly, okay. So who's up north? So that could be Newcastle, maybe. Newcastle or partly it's got to be red and white. I actually know because it's not Liverpool, so it's got to be Newcastle. I can't think of anyone else. Or maybe Leeds. What question is this? 6?
You've asked 6. I should say, by the way, I don't know what player he's gone for, but Everton do have white on their kit as well. And then Northern.
Yeah. Okay, does this player play for Newcastle?
No.
Oh, okay, right. We're getting close. So it's not Newcastle, so it's either Everton, Leeds. I'm probably missing someone out. That's probably what it is. I'm missing a team out. Because who'd be? So the bottom 3 you got Wolves, and the Wolves don't have white. But they're Midlands. You have Norwich, they're south. Brighton south. Palace south. It's only got to be Leeds or Everton. Or maybe someone else. I don't know. I'm probably missing someone out. Villa? No, Villa don't have white. Do they play for either Leeds or Everton?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's question 8.
Right. Okay. I'm. Wait. So if I do a clue, does that ask for? I'm just.
No, it doesn't go down to the question.
Okay. I'll probably wait till question 9. So it's Leeds or Everton. So. Is this player? Wait, can I ask what area in the pitch they play, or do I have to say a specific one?
Gotta be.
So I can't say.
It doesn't have to be specific. So it could be defender, midfield, or attack, or whatever.
Does this player play in midfield?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I should say midfield is left mid, right mid, and central midfields.
Yeah.
Okay. So
no.
So centre probably midfielders for Leeds and Everton. You got like Decore, which are European. You probably got like Andre. You got left wing probably Andre Gray. Although he might be a winger than a midfielder. You got Decore. You got Calvin Phillips.
Just a tip, I'll go for your clue now because this is question 10.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I think I'll go for my clue. I'll press the button and go for my clue.
Okay. To clarify, this player plays on the right-hand side of the pitch.
Right. Okay, so they play for right mid.
So right mid.
Can't be. Leeds right mid. So you got Dan James, and you got Rafinha, but Rafinha's not European, so. Or no, I think it's for Leeds. It's Dan James probably, and for Everton on the right you've got. I don't know if Townsend. No, I don't think Townsend plays there, do we? Against United, did Townsend play there? And then. So wait, now I just have to guess? I don't have another question.
Yes.
I have to guess. I have to just take a shot. All right, okay.
Yes. No.
So I think it's one of Dan James.
Sorry. Because you asked question 9, then you asked for a clue, didn't you? Did you ask? No, you haven't asked question 10 then.
Okay, so.
Sorry.
Does this? Okay. Wait. So right mid for either Leeds or Everton. Does this player play for Leeds?
No.
Okay, right. So it's Everton. So I basically have to guess for an Everton right mid. I didn't think I was doing that badly.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! There, but hey, yeah. Oh, that's my problem for you. Don't worry. He's obviously having a bad day.
Yeah.
Someone's having a riot.
Oh
dear.
Anyway, Everton right mid. Right. The only person I can think of. Who did Everton have on the right wing? No, I can only think of Townsend actually. Townsend, or no, Richardson's a striker on FIFA, so I'd say.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. Oh.
You're gonna have to push you for an answer, pal.
Right, I can only think of one, which is the one I've been saying, which is Yeah, I can only think of Andros Townsend, so I'm going to have to go with him.
And that's the correct answer.
Oh.
By the way, I was thinking of Rio Walcott.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but he plays Southampton, doesn't he?
If you don't know what the hell's just happened, I don't know who it was. Was someone in the? I don't know if it was in who's out.
It was my brother. It was my brother.
It was your brother. Yeah, someone in the. We just went quiet for a second, and all we had was someone in the background shouting "commit suicide." Someone's obviously playing Fortnite or something. Oh my god!
That's one for the clip. That's one for the.
Saying, what the hell were you laughing?
That's one for the clips. No, that one day, and it will come back to us.
That was just someone screaming commit suicide. I was like, do you? Because I'm playing Guess Who and no one thought, and I was like, I'm not doing that bad, am I? Anyway, right. It just came at the right moment, didn't it? Though. Anyways, right. Where were we? Oh yeah, I'm thinking of one now. Good God. Right, are you ready, Garrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Arnold got Townsend as well.
That's the main thing.
You know, it's a good job I mentioned Everton, otherwise we wouldn't have got anywhere near there. But yeah, I did remember Everton were Northern as well. Oh dear. Right. Let's think of a player. Oh, I should have mentioned it can't be your favourite player either, or player from your team.
Yeah.
So I didn't mention that at the start. Right, I'm sorted. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, why do we do this? Oh my Christ, all right. Right. In your own time.
All together. All right, let's continue.
Here we go then.
One second.
It's all going off tonight. It's all going off.
I'm sat here waiting for Garrick to say his question. He's just like,
I was going to question number 1, please.
Right.
Right. Here we go. Right. Question number 1. Let's go.
Okay. Let's start with: is it a Premier League or La Liga player?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a La Liga player?
No.
Okay, so it's a Premier League player. I think I'm going to go down Owen's route with this one. Slightly different. Is he in the bottom? Is this team that he plays for in the bottom half of the table or the top half?
Yes. I can't tell you if he's in the bottom or the top.
Oh, sorry. Is he in the bottom half of the top?
Right.
Is he in...
Yes. He's in the... Yeah. Oh, right. There we go. That's
is the team in a relegation zone at the moment?
No.
No. So it's going to be someone in the... Wait, am I allowed...
Down to 7 teams already.
Am I allowed to search up the Premier League table to see who's in those positions?
No.
I'm not. I have to have a thought.
Yeah, we don't do research during this game, unless it's.
I should have done it.
If it's FIFA related and you don't know, then fair enough.
Okay. Is this player European?
Yeah, no.
No. Okay. It's going to be anything from, well, any 4 continents, which is annoying. Does he play in midfield?
No, that's question 6.
Okay, so I've only got 4 questions left, and
You do have a clue as well.
I'm down to 7 clubs.
You haven't actually done too bad.
Okay, so, 7 clubs. It's not a midfielder, so it's either a defender, goalkeeper, or striker. And it's not European. So the next thing, I guess, is finding out the position. No, probably what the continent is. So is this player South American?
No.
So African or Asian? Okie dokie. And I'm on to question 7. Is that right?
That was question 7.
Oh, so I'm on 8 now.
Yeah.
Got to be careful here.
Let me know if you want a clue at some point.
Yeah, I'll do that probably after this. Yeah, is he a striker?
Yes.
Ooh, big hit.
Big one. Okay, we're on 9, so I think I'll have a clue then.
Right. This player joined the Premier League this season.
This season, so
only recently.
So it's a striker. Striker, not European or South American. It's one of 7 teams.
Excuse me.
You are doing bad. I mean, what is it? It could be an African or an Asian. It could be North American, I guess, but I would be surprised. It's a new player. Right, who have Southampton got? Ah, okay. It's a player that's new, and this would be a sort of Darryl thing, but I don't know what nationality he is. But this would be a thing if he did this. Edouard?
No.
And that's it for me. I'm the only
No,
one that's...
you've got one more question, actually.
Oh, do I? Oh,
yeah, because that was question 9 just used.
I thought it was 10.
No.
Oh, yeah, because the clue doesn't count as a question, does it?
No.
Yeah, I thought he used up the question.
You haven't narrowed it down to any clubs yet. You've just narrowed it down to 7.
Yeah, I know, and I don't have another question.
You do. You have one more. That was question 9.
Oh, and then I guess, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I've messed up. I guess I can get it down to 6 teams fairly easily, or with a chance of it being 1. I've got an idea who it could be. Yeah. Does he play for Arsenal?
No.
That doesn't help.
No, it doesn't, does it?
It really doesn't help.
So it's going to have to be a Hail Mary, as people call it.
Yeah, something random. I'm trying to think of who's up front for Watford, but again, I don't really...
I mean, I tell you what, if you get this correct, then goodness me.
Yeah.
Because you're down to 6 teams, so you know it's a striker that's only joined not that long ago, actually. That plays for one of the 6 teams.
Yeah, and I don't know who those 6 teams are. Well, I know it's not Arsenal or Spurs or Leicester. It's not the Albion. It's not going to be Newcastle, Burnley, or Norwich. Could be a Brentford player.
Brentford are in the top half.
That helps. Okay.
Do you want me to give you a rundown the teams that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't normally do this, but I do want to get this finished at some point. So, which one? So bottom half, so that's 11th to 20th. So Norwich, Newcastle, Burnley, you're correct with that, because none of them. Arsenal, you mentioned. The Leicester, it's not, and you know, the ones that you haven't said, that these are the teams I think you've got left, actually. Southampton, Leeds, Watford, Palace, and Wolves. That's not 6, that's 5. Oh, that's 5 teams, actually, not 6. Oh, did you mention? Well, no, you said it's not Leicester, so it's actually, you're down to 5, you're not down to 6. So,
Good.
would you just give the answer?
Yeah, I'm not going to get it.
Well, we mentioned him earlier on in the show.
Oh, yeah, Rafinha?
Wang Hee-chan.
Oh. Oh.
Nah, I wouldn't.
That was a difficult one because he's Japanese.
Yeah, that was a brutal one.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I said I don't make things easy. But yeah, we mentioned him earlier on, Wang Hee-chan, so I just thought, man.
Topical.
Yeah, Wolves striker is what you were looking for. As soon as you narrowed it down to the 7, I was like, could be onto something, and then
Yeah.
I don't know where we went from there, but
Yeah.
Wang Hee-chan. I mean, Josh Arnold said Dennis at first, which isn't a bad shout. He's Nigerian, so was African.
But did anyone actually? No one.
No, he's South Korean, not Japanese. I get the flags. Yeah, South Korean, sorry, not Japanese. I don't know what I was going on about. Still Asian.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was Wang Hee-chan.
There.
No, Wang Hee-chan. That was who it was. Anyways, he is a good player. But well, it was a laugh, especially when especially when that moment happened. That was certainly not something.
Always more entertaining when someone messes up.
Yeah.
A few people were joining in the chat as well. What are we on at the minute? We're on 111 likes. Brilliant. That's marvellous. That. Good game, lads. Do we get a bonus round? No. We've gone on. We've gone on for nearly an hour and a half.
Stuff, so
we've gone on for nearly
a Brucey bonus.
Well, that'll be what Newcastle get if they win, but I don't think they will. In all honesty, I think that'll do then. We've gone on for nearly an hour. It took us forever actually to do that.
Yeah.
Where's the bit where this happened? I'm trying to find the actual moment where that happened. Oh.
That's got to be one of those, fail.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that loud. Dear Lord. Oh dear.
All right.
I'm just gonna have to guess a certain player.
Someone's got to clip that. Whoever's in the stream, clip that and send it to us.
Oh, I will. Don't worry about that.
That's it. That's all. That's in the
You'll get a message in about 5 minutes or something once we finish.
Yeah.
Saying, "Oh, I've sent you a clip."
That's it. That's in the Daz's Football Stand Hall of Fame now, isn't it?
That was hilarious. Anyway, cheers, lads. Great to be back doing the show for once. Yeah. And I say, hopefully we won't be having to interrupt the shows every 2 seconds. So hopefully we can keep it going now. We were going to have Mike Talks Footy was going to come on today, but unfortunately had to drop out. So he said if he could come on a different week, that'd be fine. So we might have him on next week. We'll see what happens. Let's hope Mass can beat Gateshead and get to the first round of the FA Cup for the first time in the club's history. Let's hope Borough can get a win tomorrow. Let's hope United can get a win. And for your sake, let's hope Brighton can actually get something against Norwich. An interesting weekend to come of football. We've spoken about the Newcastle Takeover. At least I don't have to talk about that for much longer. But it's going to be interesting to see what Newcastle do with the money, and obviously if and when they decide to actually sack Steve Bruce. Won't be giving them any more Brucey bonuses. But obviously he celebrates his 1,000th game as a manager. It's the last game he's going to have as manager for Newcastle. So a big milestone. And I think we've covered a lot today, actually. It's gone quite well, actually. And then the game at the end, always a laugh when that, but it's very difficult. I mean, when I first came up with the concept of it, well, I was basically sort of using Oakley Fish's idea, but I did it completely differently. So, because we were talking about players in real life, you could actually ask questions FIFA related as well. But obviously, I made it so it can be play from your favourite team or well, any of your teams in my case, but it can't be a play from any of your favourite teams, or you only allowed up to 10 questions on that on Oakley Fishers. They ask about nearly 30. I can't see that it's gone off. Do you think every team should try extra hard against Newcastle this season just to get them relegated? Yes. There you go. That's all I'm going to say. There's been a lot of teams saying they don't want it, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Steve Bruce in line to stay. To stay as Newcastle manager for the new owners' first game. Yeah, right. Then it stays there for longer, but we'll see what happens. Right. You disappearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we went in to you anyway. Listen, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll hopefully be back next Friday, all being well. Depends if there's any games on next Friday night, which I don't know if there is any, so I'll let you know during the week. But it's good to be back. Thanks, lads, for coming on. A bit of a laugh in the end, wasn't it? And
pleasure.
We'll speak to you all again next. Well, actually, I'll see you all on Sunday for the FA Cup first round draw. Until then, speak to you soon. Bye.
Yeah.